Welcome to day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas Cards series. This is Elena with Black Sheep 303 Creative, and today's card is a non-traditional Happy Holidays card using non-traditional colors, and it's very, very simple and easy. So hopefully, if you like simple and easy, this will work for you. I started off with this very beautiful holiday floral background stamp from Hero Arts. It's brand new this season and is absolutely stunning. I knew I wanted to heat emboss it onto this turquoise cardstock, so I'm using my anti-static tool to coat the paper, and now I'm getting a really, really good coat of ink onto the stamp. I'm going to be heat embossing it in Simon Says Stamps Rose Gold Detail Embossing Powder. Now, this is a really, really gorgeous color. It is a different metallic. If you've seen rose gold jewelry, you know what color I'm talking about. So it goes really well with the turquoise, but it could also work very well for more traditional cards. Like, it would look beautiful on white, green, navy, black. It's a really, really stunning metallic. So it's worth checking out. Now, to get a good impression, I turn my big stamps upside down, ink side up, and then always rub my paper on them using a scratch sheet of paper to get a good impression. And it looks like I did. So now I'm going to coat this in the embossing powder. This design is a little bit tricky to hold on to just because it's got details kind of all the way around the edges, but I just grabbed a little piece that wasn't covered and just poured the embossing powder on, and it worked very well. The other nice thing about this stamp is that there are a lot of random speckles as part of the design of the stamp. So if you got like random pieces of embossing powder in places they weren't supposed to go, as long as they weren't strangely shaped, I don't think you'd even have to worry about trying to clean them off. They would just blend right in with the rest of the speckles on the background. So that is another thing that makes this stamp super easy to heat emboss. So now I'm going to heat this with my heat gun. Metallics are my favorite embossing powders to use. If you are an embossing powder novice, they are also good for beginners because they are super easy to tell when they're done. So you can see it's changing from a matte to a shiny metallic. And as soon as it goes shiny, that's when you know it's done and you need to move your heat tool. Otherwise, if you keep it on in one area too long, it can burn your paper, it can burn the embossing powder, it can cause all kinds of problems. So that's why I really like metallics, because they're super easy to work with. Since I've got a large background stamp as my main focal point, I wanted to just have a very large greeting in the middle to make it very simple. And the only large greeting I had is unfortunately a retired stamp from Stampin' Up. However, in the supply list, which is linked below in the video description, I do link to a current stamp set that has some great alternate large greetings that should work well in the middle of this background stamp. Now I'm stamping it in a non-traditional color. This is Ranger's Dye Ink Wild Orchid. Goes well with my turquoise. And I did die cut the rectangle out using my Favorite Things Pierced Rectangles Dynamics set. So it gives it a little bit of a stitched border around the edge and added a nice little detail. Now I think you could potentially just leave it at that and not even add sequins, but I'm a little sequiny crazy, so I had to add sequins. And I've already added some gems on here from Hero Arts Pool Mixed Accents set, and then I've added on some copper and sort of iridescent-y clear sequins as well to finish it off. And now I'm just adhering it down to a side folding A2 card, and it's got a really skinny white border all the way around the edge. I did trim down the background panel so it would get that little bit of a border. I liked pulling the white in from the greeting. And now I'm popping up the greeting with some foam tape to again give it just a little bit of extra detail, since this is a very simple card. And once all of this is adhered down, that is essentially the entire project. Really quick, really easy, yet pretty elegant and beautiful for very little effort. And there you get a good look at the shine of that embossing powder and the design and how beautiful it is. And that's a really good detail. And you can see how it's generally, this was very quick and very simple, but the results are really pretty and that same design could be used in any number of color schemes. So if you're looking for a simple card and you need to say make 250 of them, something like this could be a very easy project for a very elegant Christmas card. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you will come back tomorrow for day 5 in my Christmas card series. We will continue all the way through until day 12. If you've missed any of the previous videos, they are linked below in the video description along with the supply list. And you can always find more from me on my blog, blacksheep303.com. Happy holidays!